I'm Old Sneelock. Welcome to another episode of Old Sneelock's Workshop. We talked about the Granit hand drill and how nice it was. Such a good little drill.
Just B1066. Mentioned cleaning the chuck with some Scotch Brite. That's a good idea. Didn't think I needed to in the beginning, but after taking a closer look at it, I think it would be worthwhile.
A little bit of dirt on the inside there. There's a small ledge on the inside where the threads are, and the chuck jaws catch on that so they don't fall out. That's actually a good thing. I just push them out, and there they are. And I can go in there and clean up the body, and clean up these threads and reassemble it. I want to be very careful not to damage the springs. And these springs tend to get screwed up if you try and pull them out of the block. Taking this dental hook, putting it in there, and pull that spring out. Very carefully remove the spring from the pocket, because two things can happen. One, you can stretch it, and two, you can flip it out of there and it can disappear into the wilderness of your workshop and it might as well be gone. Finding it is going to be a terribly difficult process. Something I hadn't thought of. Spinning it screws it out of the pocket. Look at that. Learn something every day. I'll put my pieces into a nice little container here so I don't lose them. Looking better. Oh, there, now we're shiny. Now we're shiny. That seems to work best. Holding it like that and dragging it sideways. Holding it up against a buffing wheel sounds like a recipe for disaster. But a Dremel tool probably would work just fine. This brass wire brush is pretty much toast, but it's good enough for doing this. And these 9mm rubber gloves are kind of handy too. Keeps me from poking myself with this brass bristles. And just about the time you figure out how to go about doing a job, you're done. Now we're clean.
First thing to do is insert the springs into the chuck jaws. Want to make sure that the pockets are clean and the springs are straight.
Screw it down into the pocket. Okay, now the last one. Yep, they all slip down in there, just like they're supposed to. Give the chuck a shot of 30 weight. And just slip the chuck jaws in there, push them down with your finger until they seat. Push them down in there with your finger until they seat. Now these go down past the threads in the bore of the chuck and lock in. Tighten it up. with the chuck grabber a little bit so that it slides down in there. The chuck in, put the gripper down into the vise, and tighten it up. A little oil on the threads. And that's a nice working chuck. Jaws slide in and out on their own, just under spring pressure. Lock it in the vise just so that I can hold this steady. So now the chuck on the Granit is done. And we have a handy little spanner wrench if I ever need to take it apart again. If you have any suggestions for a new video, questions about today's video, or any of the other videos on the channel, just drop a note in the comments. You know I read them all. Thanks for watching.